I remember like it was yesterday walking into my high school's gym weight room, and I noticed a bunch of football players on the bench at the bench press. I looked over and saw he was lifting roughly, I would say, 300 pounds. It astonished me, noticing his body type was short and stocky. At that point, I said to myself, I want to lift like he lifts. I want to lift that much weight. But it wasn't until further analysis that I realized that the reason why he got to that weight class was because due to the help of a drug. Today I want to highlight for you the negative effects of steroids on the human body. I've been researching this topic for several weeks now, and I've also had several personal experiences with them. I'm certain that all you guys have heard of stories before, whether it be in sports or in the medical field, which is why I want to clarify some topics concerning steroids, such as what steroids are, the side effects of steroids, steroid use on the human body, and the reasons why athletes take steroids. First thing I want to like you guys to know about steroids is what they actually are. Steroids are synthetically produced variants of the natural occurring male sex hormone, testosterone, which helps strengthen bones and muscles in both men and women. Here I have a picture. Of testosterone right there. Basically, they stick a needle in there and you put it in various locations in the body. A common spot where you can put it is in the butt, obviously. Doesn't sound very appealing to many, but people do go through the extremes to achieve certain goals. There are many different kinds of steroids. Some increase muscle mass or oxygen delivery. Others are stimulants, relaxants, weight, and pain controls. Some common street names for steroids include gym candy, juice, pumpers, stackers, and my favorite, Arnold's. Now that I have given you some background to steroids, I want to talk to you about some of the side effects steroids give. I found a very interesting video of YouTube, a public service announcement, that really impacted me and a couple of my close friends. I'd like to share with you guys.
Steroids can really damage your body. They can cause tendons to tear and bones to stop growing, damage kidneys, destroy the liver, even cause heart attacks and strokes. Not to mention something else they can do to a guy's body. Find out more about the dangers of using steroids. Visit drugfree.org.
Well, that to me was a significant factor why I went away from steroids, and of course for a lot of people, especially men, why they don't take steroids. Steroids are a powerful hormone that affect the entire body. Some of the side effects are common to all users. Other side effects are specifically related to your sex and age. According to the July 2009 issue of Men's Health, men who take steroids develop breasts, become impotent, become infertile, have decreased sperm count, have their testicles shrink, and get painful erections. Women who take steroids may grow excessive face and body hair, have the voice deepen, experience menstrual irregularities, have an enlarged clitoris, and have reduced breast size. And finally, both men and women who take steroids may become bald, have a higher chance of getting a heart attack, have an enlarged heart, and have mood swings, which can be seen right here. These are some of the side effects that come from steroids. Of course, none of these nobody wants, but of course everyone obviously look fit and tone. But of course, with the use of these drugs, all these become evident on the person who takes them. I've shown you the side effects of steroids. Now I want to talk to you about reasons why athletes take steroids. First off, body enhancement drugs are called performance enhancing drugs. When athletes take these drugs, it is called doping. athletes take steroids due to the high pressure to perform. These athletes are paid next to millions of dollars, so they obviously want to perform at high levels, which is extremely difficult when there's so much competition going around. They obviously want to have the edge towards the other team or the individual. So they're looking for anything that they can find and reach to obviously outperform the other person. Also, when athletes take steroids, they get more muscle, get reduced fat, higher endurance, and increased strength, which is just a big factor when playing in any sort of sport, and enables them to get that edge that they're looking for. Well, in conclusion, steroids are nothing to play with. They're a serious drug with serious issues, and should be taken very serious. And before even starting any sort of steroid treatment or steroid schedule, should be consulted with a medical physician. Thank you.
Denise, what did you think?
I thought his introduction at first, it could have been stated a little bit different because I didn't know what he was talking about until he got into his main point. It's a very interesting topic. I was interested in most of the time. His visual representation was really good. I like that he had a sense of humor. His voice was nice and clear. I didn't notice too much of his in general information being cited. I think it's based on what he already knew, other than the men's health. That's all, but overall I liked it. I liked the topic. It was really interesting.
Okay. I thought at first that there was going to be a problem with the citation, but in the middle of the speech I heard 2 or 3 citations, and I thought he was a little bit more consistent there. The attention device was okay. I liked the little bit of suspense that he created in it. I thought he did a good job identifying the topic. You set up the supporting points pretty well, although the language on them was a little plain and perhaps direct. I know you're trying to keep it simple, which is not a bad thing, but it could be maybe done in a slightly more interesting way. The explanations, most of the time there was just like lists of the harmful consequences. I think I could have used a little bit more explanation about why those harmful consequences occur, how sustained they are. It just seemed like it was a little bit of a... I know the goal was to highlight and kind of familiarize us with those things, but it seemed like it was less developed than it might have been on those points. I thought it was very well organized, though, and the transitions were very easy to follow. The visual material was planned very well. You seemed to have everything thought of ahead of time. Everything went smoothly while you were doing your presentation. I think your delivery is also very solid. You've got a natural way of talking to the audience for the most part, and even though you have to look down a couple of times to pick up a piece of information or get something going, you usually engage the audience even in those circumstances. I did feel like the end of the speech was a little abrupt. It just kind of showed up and stopped, and so that's something that you want to plan a little more effectively. All right, thank you. That brings us to an end of the day. Hopefully I'll have your grades for you on Monday. We'll see you next week. Those of you who did written evaluations, make sure you leave them with me before you go. Thank you.
My person never did their...
Who were you supposed to evaluate?
I'm not sure, but I know I was supposed to... I did like a written one, but I was supposed to do an oral one today. I don't know.
Okay.
So...
Well, people who don't speak, it doesn't count against the folks who are supposed to do the evaluations.
So we don't have to do anything further, like my person wasn't here?
If they didn't speak, that's not your fault.
Okay, cool.
Unless you want me to make it your fault, which I could do and deny you some points, if you like.